Hey friends, my name is C and you're watching MakesItEasy, and welcome back to a new video for A-level further lesson today. We have 4.2 for the roots of a cubic equation for the questions video. And we'll get started with the first question. But before you get into it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And we'll move into the first question. And these questions are from exercise 4B from the core Peer 1 textbook, so you can check it out. But anyways, here's the first question. And they're split into 4 different columns so that it's easier to answer them. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the first question. Alpha, beta, and gamma are the roots of the cubic equation 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus 2x plus 3 equals 0. Find the values of the first one. So alpha plus beta plus gamma. So alpha plus beta plus gamma. This can be simplified into the sum of alpha. And we know that this is a sum of the roots, which is equal to minus b over a. And b in this case is 5, and a is 2. Therefore, this equals to minus 5 over 2. Like so, minus 5 over 2. In part B, alpha, beta, and gamma. This is basically the sum of the triples of the root, which is equal to minus d over a. Right? And in this case, d is 3. Because a, b, c, d. So this is 3, or d. And this is d, and this is a. Therefore, alpha, beta, gamma equals minus d over a, which is equal to minus 3 over 2. Like so, minus 3 over 2. And part C, alpha, beta, plus beta, gamma, plus gamma, alpha. This equals the sum of the product pairs, which is equal to c over a. And c in this case is minus 2, and a is 2. And therefore this is minus 2 over 2, which gets us minus 1, like so. And for part D, 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta plus 1 over gamma. This can be simplified into a really nice thing, because we can let's say times this by beta gamma, times this by alpha gamma, and times this by alpha beta to get the denominator the same of alpha beta gamma. And this equals beta gamma plus alpha plus alpha beta, let me just rewrite it, plus alpha beta over alpha beta gamma. And we can see that it's basically the sum of the product pairs over alpha beta gamma, right? So from just now we know that it's the sum of the product pairs is minus 5 over 2, over minus 3 over 2. Cancel the negative to get 5 over 2 times 2 over 3, because it's basically reciprocating the fractions from the denominator. Cancel, we're left with 5 over 3. So therefore the answer is 5 over 3, like so. And that's the answer. And question 2, or the ninth question. The cubic equation x cubed minus mx plus n equals 0 has roots 1, minus 4, and alpha. State with a reason whether a is real or not. And we know that a must be real. A is real because we know that all complex roots come in complex conjugate pairs, and there's only one slot left. So it must be real because it can't be complex conjugate. Because complex conjugate roots come in pairs. Like so. Part B, find the values of m, n, and alpha. And sorry, this should be alpha, not a. So alpha, new color, alpha, like so. And part B, find the values of m, n, and alpha. So we can first find the sum of the roots. So the sum of the roots, the sum of alpha, equals 1 minus 4 plus alpha equals minus b over a, which is equal to minus b. In this case, that is 0, because it's x cubed plus 0x squared. If you notice that there's no x squared term, therefore b must be equal to 0, so this equals 0. Therefore, it's equal to minus 3 plus alpha equals 0, and therefore alpha equals 3, like so. And find the other root. So the sum of this product pairs, the sum of alpha beta, is equal to 1 times minus 4 plus minus 4 times alpha, which is 3, plus alpha times 1. Because as you can see, it's basically alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, which is not in the right order, but that's generally how it goes. And this equals to C over A, right? And let's just do this together. So 1 times minus 4 is minus 4. So minus 4. Plus minus 4 times 3 is minus 12. Minus 4 times plus minus 12. And this is plus 3. So minus 4 minus 12 equals minus 16. And plus 3 is minus 13. So therefore it's equal to minus 13. Oops, minus 13 equals C in this case is equal to minus M. And A is 1. So this equals minus M over 1, which is minus M, right? Therefore, M equals, we can solve it, M equals 13, like so. And for the last part, solve for N. N is basically the sum of the triples, alpha, beta, gamma, which is 1 times minus 4 times the alpha, which is equal to minus D over A, minus D over A. And this is equal to minus 1. 1 times minus 4 is minus 4. Minus 4 times 3 is minus 12. Equals minus D is minus N. And A is just 1. So it's equal to minus N. And therefore, N equals 12. Like so. N equals 12. And for the next question, the cubic equation x cubed minus 14x squared plus 56x minus 64 has roots alpha, k squared alpha for some real constant a. So k. Find the values of alpha and k. So we can first do the sum of the roots. So the sum of the roots, sum of alpha, equals k alpha plus k alpha plus k squared alpha equals minus b over a. And therefore alpha, we can just factorize an alpha out, I think. Yep. Alpha times 1 plus k squared equals minus b. B is minus 14 and a is 1. Therefore it is equals 14. Number 1. And number 2 is the sum of alpha beta, the sum of product pairs. This equals alpha times k alpha plus k alpha times k squared alpha plus k squared alpha times alpha equals c over a. And this basically gets us k alpha squared plus k squared alpha squared, so k cubed alpha squared plus k squared alpha squared equals c in this case is 56. Oops. C is 56, right? And a is 1, so it's equal to 56. And factorize it to get, we can factorize k alpha squared. So this equals k alpha squared equals 1 plus k plus k squared equals 56, like so. So we can notice that we can, actually we can do the last one, but it's not necessary for now. So we have these two equations. We can just put it here. Alpha 1 plus k squared equals 14. What we can do now is that we can basically just divide both equations, divide to get k alpha, and these two cancel out, right? So it cancels out, which is pretty nice. This equals 56 divided by 14 is equal to 4. Therefore, k alpha equals 4, which is I'll put it right here, number 3, like so. So what we can do now is that we can basically just rearrange this to get, let's say, alpha as a subject. So alpha equals 4 over k, like so. So now we can just substitute alpha by 4 over k in this equation right here. So let me just put it down here. So it'll be a 4 over k times 1 plus k squared equals 14. And therefore it will be 4 plus 4k plus 4k squared equals 14k. Right, so write this equation right here. And we can basically just solve for k. which I'll do right here because to save some space and to save some time. So it'll be k equals 2 and k equals 1 over 2, like so. And therefore we have to find the corresponding alpha value, like alpha equals what? Alpha equals what? And I'll do right here because I already have the answer, so I'll just save some time. So if you were to solve it by just putting k equals 2 into here and k equals 1 over 2 into here, we will get k equals 2 alpha equals, let me just write it out, k equals 2 alpha equals 2, alpha equals 2, and k equals 1 over 2, and alpha equals 8, like so, and that's the answer. And lastly, the last question, given that the roots of 8x cubed plus 12x squared minus cx plus d equals 0 are alpha, alpha over 2, and alpha minus 4, find alpha, c, and d. So it's similar to the question just now, so we'll first find the sum of the roots. So the sum of the roots, the sum of alpha equals alpha plus alpha over 2 plus alpha minus 4 equals minus b over a, like so. And therefore it will be 2 alpha minus 4 plus alpha over 2 equals minus b. b is 12 and a is 8, so it will be minus 12 over 8. And therefore we can just rearrange the equation to get 4 alpha minus 8 plus alpha equals minus 12 times 2 over 8, that gets us minus 3. So it'll be minus 3, and we rearrange to get 5 alpha equals 5, and therefore alpha equals 1. So therefore alpha equals 1. That's the number 1. So we will now find the sum of the product pairs. But before we look into the sum of product pairs, we can just find the values of each root because we already have alpha equals 1, which makes it easy to deal with. So we therefore know the roots are equal to 1, 1 over 2, and minus 3. So let's now find the sum of the product pairs. So this equals alpha, beta. So let's just set this as alpha, beta, and gamma, or like the 3 roots, like so. So it'll be alpha, beta, plus beta, gamma, plus gamma alpha equals c over a, and c over a is equal to minus c over 8. But let's just do it one by one. So it will be 1 times 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2 times minus 3 plus minus 3 times minus 1, or like, sorry, minus 3 times just 1, not minus 1, sorry, or else it'll mess up everything, times by 1, and this gets us minus 4 equals, it will be minus 4 equals c, in this case is, as I mentioned, is minus c, and 8 is a, so it'll be minus c over 8, cancel the negative, and therefore c equals 4 times 8, which is 32. Therefore c equals 32, like so. And lastly, for the value of d, it's basically the sum of the triples, alpha, beta, gamma, which is equal to 1 times 1 over 2 times by minus 3, and this equals to d over 8, sorry, minus d over a, and we know that it's equal to minus 3 over 2 equals minus d over a is 8, like so. So therefore we can solve for d, cancel the negative, therefore d equals 8 times 3 over 2, therefore d equals 12. And these are the final answers. And this is for this video for 4.2 for the roots of a cubic equations for the questions video. And I hope you'll find that useful and helpful, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe and ring the notification bell to miss out on any future videos. And if you have any questions or any comments regarding my channel or my YouTube or my Instagram, you can leave them down below and I'll reply to them. And check out my social media in the description, for example LinkedIn or YouTube or Instagram. And if you need any learning resources or any teaching resources, you can check out my website in the description, or you can type it out on your browser at www.makesiteasy.com. And I hope you'll find it useful and helpful, and I'll see you all in the next video, which will be 4.3 for the roots of a quartic equation, which will be super interesting because it goes into x to the power of 4. which are cortex, which are called cortex explorer 4, like so. But anyways, I hope you will find it useful and helpful, and I'll see you on the next video. But until then, stay safe and happy learning.